Senator Franzen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think we're
proponents.
going to start with the testimony from proponents.
All right.
And with Dr. Carter Casmaer.
Dr. Casmaer. And before we begin, I just wanted to state one thing again. To respect everyone's time and to be as fair as possible, each side has been given 30 minutes. So we will, those of you who may be next, and I'll make mention, Marcus Harkis and Ben Feist will be up next. And so if you want to make your way up to the front, we can save the proponents' time. Dr. Casmaer.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the members of this committee for taking up this very important matter of the legalization of cannabis. My name is Carter Casmaer. I live in Minneapolis, and I'm a physician specializing in emergency medicine. On a daily basis, I care for acutely ill and injured patients, and I've done so in many of our region's largest, busiest trauma centers and referral centers. The nature of our work demands that we are experts in recognizing and treating medical emergencies and that we hold at the ready a deep, reflexive knowledge of the illnesses that can truly pose a threat to our patients' lives. You may be asking yourself, what do these physicians think of the threat posed to the community by cannabis use? And the short answer, the true answer, is that we don't. We don't have time to worry about patients ingesting a plant that poses no actual toxicity and which, to reassure Mr. Quigley, cannot be taken in overdose. We are far too busy caring for patients suffering from the acute effects, accidents, injuries, and myriad chronic illnesses that accompany the use of legal, widely abused drugs such as alcohol and tobacco. We are far too busy caring for patients addicted to opiates who come to us needing resuscitation from an overdose. I have never treated a cannabis overdose, and I simply never will. Under federal law, cannabis remains classified as Schedule I. In the eyes of the federal government, this means that cannabis is seen as equally dangerous as heroin and more dangerous than cocaine, methamphetamine, prescription opiates, and prescription sedatives. To anyone in the medical community, the error in this classification is glaring and immediate, and the credibility of those who truly believe this to be true is called into question. Our most vulnerable patients' health is often complicated by barriers to housing and employment posed by prior convictions for nonviolent crimes, including possession of cannabis. Consider the many ways the communities you serve, particularly minority communities and people of color, are harmed by a poorly informed status quo that makes criminals out of tens of thousands of otherwise law-abiding citizens. Cannabis prohibition has failed. I come to you as a proud Minnesotan and a medical professional asking that you abandon the fear and the ignorance that associated with cannabis prohibition and help us all into a better future for the state of Minnesota. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Mr. Marcus Harkis. And Ben Feist to follow. And after Ben Feist, Jason Tarasic.